If you want to unlock your first pull-up or just perfect your form, there are several cues to help to reach your goal. And I don't talk about preparation exercises or progressions, but the power of your mind. In my experience, imagining different cues, changing the perspective of a movement helps many people to execute the exercises better. For example, instead of imagining pushing up yourself in a push-up, imagine push the ground away from you. With similar cues, you can trick your brain and think outside that box and flip the perspective so you can make challenging tasks feel easier. In this video, I'm going to show you 5 cues that help many of my students to do perfect pull-ups. The first cue might be the most popular one when you imagine to pull the bar down to you instead of pulling yourself up. You can imagine this using a pull-down cable machine with small resistance and you pull down the bar to your chest. This perspective change is actually a good one since the lat pull-down is an open kinetic chain exercise where the resistance is the external weight and your center of mass remains in one place, while the pull-up is a closed kinetic chain exercise where the resistance is your body weight that you need to move. But imagining the previous example can help you to fight gravity. Another great cue is when you imagine that there is a rope attached to your chest and someone is pulling you up to the bar until you touch the bar with your chest. I usually say this analogy that imagine that you're a puppet and when the rope pulls you up from your chest, your arms are just following the movement and bend. The point of this is that your pull-up should be chest driven and you want to push that up to the bar as much as you can using your back muscles and arms. This great cue is similar to the previous one when you imagine that there is a magnet on your chest that the bar is attracting. So as you start the pull-up, the bar is attracting the magnet more and more, and when you reach the upper end point, your chest is just sticking to the bar. How good that will be, right? If you imagine this, it will definitely help you mentally. The next funny cue is when you imagine that you crush an orange, an egg, or a walnut between your scapulas and between your forearms and upper arms. So as you're pulling yourself up, imagine that someone puts one of these to your arms and between your scapulas and you need to crush them on the upper end point. You can also imagine that you need to pinch a thin paper between your scapulas as you depress and adduct them on the upper end point. Last but not least, you can focus on the elbow movement during the pull-up. In this case, you need to imagine that you pull down your elbows deeply next to your body, then in order to touch the bar, imagine that you need to push your elbows behind your body. This is an interesting idea to imagine a pushing movement to the pull-up, but if you think about it, it makes sense and many of my students love this one. Actually, in the scapular adduction in rear push-up position, you do the same thing, but to make more sense, I show you another good example. Lay down on your back. Your legs can be extended or bent. You can use a broomstick, elastic band or towel to imitate the bar, but if you don't have anything, just imagine grabbing the bar. Pull down the broomstick to your chest height. Here, you will see that there is still a gap between your chest and the broomstick. In order to touch it, you need to push your elbows backward, so push away yourself from the ground. If you do that strongly, your upper body will lift up and you'll be able to touch the broomstick. Just do the same thing during the pull-up with imagining to push back your elbows and touch the bar. If you have a favorite pull-up cue that I haven't mentioned, let me know in the comment section. If you want to join and learn from the community where some of these ideas were born, you want to build a shredded physique like gymnast set from zero, following my thorough system, click the link below and get started today. After you join, I can help you personally in the live Q&A sessions. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. And if you haven't seen my other videos about pull-ups, I put some of them on the screen now.